Again in Tonga, this is a registry office. It's a Chinese guy and a Tongan lady getting married. And I positioned myself. I could have gone the other side of the desk, but I looked at the wall which is behind me, and it was rubbish. It wasn't visually interesting. So I stood in this position, knowing that light was coming through these two windows, and outside would be burnt out completely. I knew that. Didn't matter. I got the exposure right inside, because that's how you perceive it to be anyway. You're dealing with perception a lot with photography. It's not what you actually see, it's what you think you see. And if you can get in a picture what you think you see, you've really succeeded. Another girl in Tonga walked into this sort of quite like a hut, really, and there was this girl lying on the bed. So I said, okay? And she said, yeah, sure. Lighting is perfect. You couldn't improve on it. I could take some light off of this foreground. That's all I could do. But otherwise, it's perfect. Ballet student in Japan. I got the mirror behind her because it reflected, and mirrors are a great thing in ballet studios with the bar, but the mirror is very significant. And it was just flat light, and I positioned her in a place where the lighting was right. Again, it's this positioning. Can't change anything, you can position yourself. Cook Islands, an island, Attu, tiny little rock of an island. It's hard to get there by boat, you have to fly in. In a church, the light was bouncing off of something to the left of the picture. Beautiful. I couldn't have posed it, I couldn't have lit it better. You just see it and shoot it, bang, instant. Panama and San Blas Islands. You create havoc when you walk into a place like that. You're a total alien, really. And they're amazed. And they say, can you say something? So I said something. The lady with me in this class said, she translated it into Spanish, and she said, sorry, they don't understand Spanish yet. They still just know cuna. And I picked this girl out. I thought, she's pretty. Bang. I waited for her. I took several frames. This one, the concentration, this thing of youth and just concentration is amazing. But the lighting makes it work. I couldn't light that better in a studio. Total light, nothing else. Cook Islands, Tate, girls just walking out of the water. They don't even wear swimming costumes, they just go in their normal clothes at the end of the day. I just waited for the composition to form up, bang. I think I took 2 frames, but only one worked. The light again. Finally, on the people pictures, this is something you've got absolutely no control of. This is in the Mall. This was at one of those huge events a few years ago. And I'd taken pictures of Queen, and as she went past, I thought, oh, that's fantastic. That's the frame. She's been a photographer all her life, so she understands about light, I'm sure. So she's been told, or she knows to wear a hat that the sun will come through and won't shadow her face. It'll shadow, but there's enough light bouncing around that it will light up her face as well. This is all tungsten light. This is in a Alvea Palace Hotel in Buenos Aires, where the real Evita, Eva Peron, used to go and have tea. And it's a beautiful staircase. And I just couldn't resist shooting it. So I'm up above it. I didn't have a tripod. I just used what's there. Find something and take several frames. One of them will be sharp. But get the composition right. Talking about vertical lines being authoritarian, this is the Greenwich Naval College. And it's just, the light makes it. If the light had been the other way, it wouldn't work. There wouldn't be a picture. In this little colonnade, there's these columns both sides, as I remember. So the columns on the other side were obviously in shadow. There was no picture there. If it had been a dull day, there wouldn't have been a picture. It's the light. Heian Shrine, Kyoto, Japan. I saw this shrine maiden walking across this huge rectangle. Again, it's the point where I'm about to be thrown out. It was coming up to closing time. At 5 o'clock, everybody's out. So I waited until the last minute. So I saw this shrine maiden and I took 2 frames and then I ran for the exit. And I'd like to part in the shadow. Tate Modern. Anyone can go and take this picture. It's just waiting for it to form up, be there at the right time of the day. It's late afternoon. The light comes in the turbine hall. You get these fantastic shadows of the hall. Just wait for people to form up. Take your frames. Taiwan. I went into this temple of 1,000 Buddhas. Saw this. This is just sunshine. And I ran to a position where I could take the picture. And within minutes, it had gone. It's seeing something from a distance and working out where you've got to be to get the frame. Japan again, Kyoto, tells a story. It's a woman in a temple, praying. It says it all. You can't see her face. Total silhouette. Great Ocean Road in Victoria, Australia. The light, total backlit, it's in the frame. It's right, it's at 12 o'clock, it's in the frame. And it's got flair, but I don't mind that because I think it actually adds something to the picture. I've heard people say, oh, sunsets are so boring. Everybody loves a sunset. Don't not take it. Find something to shoot. In this case, it was the foreground beach. This is Cook Islands, Rarotonga. This was even much earlier on. This was in Tahiti, Orangaroa. And it's pouring with rain in the distance because of these clouds. But it just formed up. I was there, I waited. Western Australia, Bustleton, again, end of the day. Just shadows and silhouettes, but the light makes it. This is so easy to take. It's everywhere you go in London. It's a wet night. It says London in the rain. Anyone can take this. Just be there at the right time of day. It's 20 to 5 in the evening, so it's obviously a winter. I didn't have a tripod, but there's a lovely wall you can rest your camera on. If you look through and it's not quite angled up, use a pile of coins and just keep putting a coin under the lens until you've got it to the right height, then shoot. Easy. This is not easy because it was from a vantage point that you don't get, the public don't have access to. It's the top of New Zealand House. And that's the moon. And the fact that all the sky is this sort of orangey colour is the pollution in the air and all the sodium streetlights. It is that colour. But it's all compacted on a long lens, so you're seeing several miles into the city. Tokyo, Shinjuku. Again, this was on the point of being, please hurry, as it was 7 o'clock. It's shooting through glass and you're on the 45th floor of this building and they want you to leave. So you're the last person there grabbing your frames. Perth, Western Australia from Kings Park. This is a case of going there and waiting for the sun to go down until you get this lovely thing of tungsten light in the foreground, tungsten in the buildings and a blue sky. You've got the beautiful colours, all light. Primrose Hill, back to there, in the winter, in the fog. This is a ghost story, walks around London, isn't it? It's a travel picture. Tripod, set it up, shoot. Anyone can take this, take gallery, take modern, go up there, go up to the top. Beautiful glass windows, press yourself against the glass, steady yourself with your elbows, shoot. Go the right time of day though, because the light makes the picture work.